Okay. Whew. So, I guess let's get this started while I try and be a little productive and get ready to head back to work tomorrow. Yeah, I had hoped to do a bit more recording this week. Unfortunately, while doing my weekly in-town shopping that's not my other job, I saw something that reminded me of my friend or whatever that situation is, and it kind of put me in a bit of a rut. And in that rut, I played considerably too much Destiny 2, which is a issue of mine. One that I need to work through sooner rather than later. But I was getting in that rut that we all sometimes get into, and somebody, a new subscriber sent me a message, or not so much a message, but made a comment on that particular video. And it put some things into a perspective for me. I decided to, it was going to have to happen eventually anyway. But I decided to, not so much get over it as, the only thing really can do at this point, which is move forward. Because it's like, once again, I am allowing my stress and anxiety to keep me out of the recording booth and to make me not do my videos. And I need to do both of those if I'm going to actually move forward. Because these are not just things that I want to do, because these are things that I genuinely want to do. It's just, hopefully eventually they'll get to a point where I can pursue them with the passion and financial stability that they deserve. And I can't do that if I am allowing myself to not so much mope as mourn too much, because I can't change it. I can't go back and fix it. I left the door open. It's up to them if they want to follow through with it. I'll miss it. The memories will be more bittersweet going forward. But moving on is the only option that they have. And so that's what I'm doing. And I had hoped to actually do some more stuff with the shed. However, there is no power until I fix that one outlet, which will hopefully fix the power problem. There's also a massive heat wave in a shed with no working fan and is completely encased in metal. I would not have survived. But as a thank you to, I'm working on another new helmet. Helmets and gloves and, boots are a bit tricky. I'd need to actually buy the shoes that I would be using for them. But aside from that problem, that's the only real problem that we have is the boots. But, boots and the body armor. But no, I'm just working on another helmet, which I'm hoping I've got the math right on. But there is another project that is related to a upcoming movie that I'm very excited to show off. I was going to wait a little bit and go back to do the helmet, but that's going to be a little bit. but I'll try and showcase off that surprise as soon as I can. I am going to get back to the important stuff that is moving forward. And so, ideally, tomorrow night, or technically tonight, Friday night, I'm going to be trying to record a practice session for my voice acting. Because again, that is a passion that I am determined to see through to the end. And so, yeah. That's kind of what'll be going on tomorrow. Yeah, I guess I thought that this video was going to have a bit more meaning and depth to it. That comment was very moving and really meant a lot. When I started this, I thought maybe I'd be able to provide an interesting idea with the 3D printing. Maybe I would attract some attention to voice acting job opportunities with the practice sessions. But yeah, that was not something I think I ever imagined being able to do, to give a perspective or an understanding of anything related to mental health, despite the fact that that's an issue that I definitely live with. But I just, that was not on my list of things that I thought I would be doing. That's way too many spoons in there. I'll figure that out later. So, yeah, that's kind of what caused this, is what caused me to do this. That and trying to force myself out of that rut where I get anxious and nervous, and that old self-doubt problem that is kind of critical to move past if I'm actually going to accomplish what I set out to accomplish. And I intend to. So yeah, I guess that's it. This one's probably not as well thought out as I'd intended. I definitely wanted to stop myself from staying in that rut and to get myself back to where I needed to be, so that I can, again, do my practice sessions, move forward, and actually finally get to pursue something that is, to me, meaningful, significant. The kind of thing that really is what I need to kind of keep going. Because that's what's that causes a lot of problems. Having, I guess, a purpose is what some people would call it. And I think we all need that. And I guess if my random, weird, wonky life experiences and all that provide a benefit, an understanding, anything, or nope, fudge. Anything for anybody that sees these videos, I'm glad I could help. Like, going through as many years as I have, feeling completely misunderstood, and how isolating that can feel. If I can help others not feel that, then all the better. Because it is a horrible feeling to live with. And one I'm still trying to work through. So, I guess that's kind of the bulk of this one. I'm just trying to get my stuff together for tomorrow. I do really appreciate everything. The comment, the followers, the positive feedback. It all really does mean a lot. And I hope that I can continue to grow this in really whatever way it manifests. I mean, I love doing the 3D printing stuff. I love doing that, period. It's so much fun. I've still got a long ways to learn with chunks of it. But there are parts that I want to do. One of the things I thought could make a channel stand out would be making massive ones and setting them around my yard. But I am digressing once again. That's not what this was about. What time is it? 3? Okay, I've got to start getting ready for bed. Hope everyone has a good night. Yeah, I guess the next video you see will be me in my recording booth that I built into a tiny little closet that is way too small. Hopefully one day we'll get there where I can get a bigger one. Yeah. I guess let's keep building things together. And just building each other up. So, yeah, if you need to comment and express anything, feel free to do so. I'm not really one for judging, per se. So, yeah. And then, I guess if anybody has any other suggestions for ways to get the heck out of the toxic working environment that I'm in. That one I don't know how to do. Because I've let myself be here way too long. But let's figure it out. Things are working out the way they're supposed to. And just moving forward from there. But again, everybody have a good night, good weekend, etc., etc., etc. And next up will be me trying to figure out how the heck you self-direct yourself. And trying to work on my Dr. Doom voice by reading from One World Under Doom. So, have a good night, everybody.